The Triumph of Clara. Chapter 1. Dreams on Hold. Clara sat on the wooden steps of her small house, her school books clutched tightly to her chest. The setting sun cast a golden hue over the village, but Clara's thoughts were far from bright. Her mother, Maria, emerged from the house, her face etched with worry. "Clara," she said gently, "we need to talk." Clara knew what was coming. The village school term was ending, and she had excelled in her studies, hoping to continue her education in the city. But the harsh reality of their financial situation loomed over them. "We can't afford to send you to the city for school," Maria continued, her voice breaking. "With your father gone and my health not being the best, we need every bit of money we can get." Clara nodded, tears welling in her eyes. She understood the sacrifice her mother was making just to keep them afloat. Reluctantly, she put her dreams on hold and started looking for work around the village. Chapter 2. Struggles and Sacrifices. The next few months were grueling for Clara. She took up various odd jobs, from cleaning houses to working in the fields. Each day was a new challenge, testing her endurance and resolve. The village life was not easy, especially for a young girl who had dreamt of achieving so much more. One day, while working in the field, Clara overheard two women talking about her mother's worsening health. Maria had been hiding the severity of her illness to prevent worrying Clara. This news hit Clara hard, but it only strengthened her determination to support her mother. Clara worked harder, taking on extra jobs and even selling some of her prized possessions to pay for her mother's medication. Despite the hardships, Clara's spirit remained unbroken, fueled by a deep-seated hope that things would get better. Chapter 3. A Ray of Hope. One fateful afternoon, while Clara was serving at the village inn, she met Mr. Thompson, a well-dressed businessman who was visiting the village on a charitable mission. Intrigued by her quick wit and intelligence, he struck up a conversation with her. Impressed by her story and her determination, Mr. Thompson decided to help. "You have great potential, Clara," he said. "I can arrange for a scholarship that will allow you to continue your studies in the city." Clara could hardly believe her ears. The opportunity she had longed for was finally within reach. Overwhelmed with gratitude, she accepted his offer, and within weeks she was on her way to the city, ready to embark on a new chapter of her life. Chapter 4. The Journey Begins. The bustling city was a stark contrast to the quiet village Clara had known all her life. She enrolled in a prestigious school, feeling both excitement and anxiety about the journey ahead. The initial days were tough as she struggled to keep up with her classmates, who had access to far better resources and education. Clara spent long nights catching up on her studies, often feeling overwhelmed by the pressure. But she refused to give up. She was determined to make the most of this opportunity, knowing that it was a chance many in her village would never have. Slowly but surely, Clara began to find her footing. Her teachers noticed her hard work and dedication, and she started to gain confidence in her abilities. Chapter 5. Friendship and Support. Clara's persistence paid off when she met Emma and Daniel, two students who would become her closest friends. Emma, with her bubbly personality, and Daniel, with his calm demeanor, provided Clara with the support she desperately needed. They formed a study group, helping each other with difficult subjects and providing moral support during stressful times. Clara felt a sense of belonging that she had missed since leaving her village. Emma and Daniel also introduced Clara to the cultural aspects of city life, taking her to museums, libraries, and even the occasional concert. These experiences broadened her horizons and enriched her understanding of the world. Chapter 6. Academic Excellence. As the months passed, Clara's hard work began to bear fruit. She excelled in her exams, often scoring the highest marks in her class. Her teachers were impressed by her academic prowess and her determination to succeed despite her circumstances. Clara won several academic awards, and her achievements were recognized in school assemblies. She started to dream of a bright future, one where she could help others and give back to her community. Her success also meant that she could send some money back to her village to support her mother. Each letter from her mother, filled with pride and encouragement, was a source of strength for Clara. Chapter 7. Trials and Triumphs. Just when everything seemed to be going well, Clara received devastating news. Her mother's health had deteriorated significantly. Torn between her studies and her mother's well-being, Clara decided to take a temporary leave from school to return to her village. Back home, Clara took on the role of caregiver, managing her mother's treatment while also tutoring local children to make ends meet. It was an exhausting time, but Clara's love for her mother gave her the strength to carry on. Despite the challenges, Clara never lost sight of her goals. She continued her studies remotely, staying in touch with her teachers and friends in the city who provided moral and academic support. Chapter 8. A Turn of Fortune. Mr. Thompson, upon hearing about Maria's condition, stepped in once again. His company agreed to sponsor Maria's treatment, ensuring she received the best medical care available. This act of kindness lifted a significant burden off Clara's shoulders. With her mother's health gradually improving, Clara resumed her studies with renewed vigor. She was more determined than ever to succeed, knowing that her future would enable her to help her mother and others in similar situations. Clara's dedication did not go unnoticed. Her teachers and peers admired her resilience, and she received several accolades for her academic achievements and community involvement. Chapter 9. Graduation and New Beginnings. Clara's hard work culminated in a glorious graduation ceremony. She graduated at the top of her class, receiving multiple job offers and scholarships for higher education. The future she had once only dreamed of was now a reality. Among the many opportunities, Clara chose to pursue a degree in medicine. She wanted to become a doctor, driven by her desire to help others and give back to her community. Her journey had come full circle, and she was ready to embark on the next phase of her life. Chapter 10. The Return. Home. After completing her medical degree, Clara returned to her village, not as the poor girl who had left years ago, but as a successful doctor. The villagers welcomed her with open arms, proud of her achievements, and grateful for her decision to come back. After completing her medical degree, Clara returned to her village, not as the poor girl who had left years ago, but as a successful doctor. The villagers welcomed her with open arms, proud of her achievements, and grateful for her decision to come back. Clara opened a clinic in the village, providing much-needed healthcare services to the community. Her clinic became a beacon of hope, and she treated every patient with the same care and compassion that had guided her through her own struggles. The village thrived under Clara's influence. She organized health camps, educational workshops, and community projects, ensuring that everyone had access to the resources they needed to lead better lives. Chapter 11. The Happy Ending. Clara's story inspired many young girls in the village to pursue their own dreams. She became a role model, showing that with hard work, determination, and a bit of kindness from others, anything was possible. Her mother, Maria, fully recovered, stood by her side, proud of the woman Clara had become. Clara found fulfillment not only in her career, but also in the relationships she had built along the way. The village celebrated Clara's achievements with a grand festival, honoring her contributions and the positive changes she had brought. Clara felt a deep sense of contentment, knowing that she had turned her dreams into reality and made a meaningful impact on the lives of others. In the end, Clara's journey was a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of community, and the unyielding spirit of a young girl who refused to give up on her dreams. And thus, Clara's story had a happy ending filled with love, success, and the promise of a brighter future for all.